Welcome to my hip hop school, Mr. Tony's Hip Hop School. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the hip hop world. I love hip hop. I'm married to hip hop. Talk about the greatest era in hip hop, 86 to 94. 1986 to 1994 is the greatest hip hop era. You heard it here first. And we're going to dive into why it was the greatest hip-hop era. 1986 to 1994, I would say the peak of that era was 88 to 92. Because you had, first of all, you had MCs. You had great producers. You had great DJs. You had all different types of subject matter. You had creativity. You had groups that everybody was different. Nobody was the same. Everybody had their own style. Every producer had his own style. It was a fun time. It wasn't corporate. Like hip hop is corporate. I don't care what anybody says. It's corporate now. Hip hop back then, you had fun rap, you had conscious rap, you had gangster rap, you had the New Jack Swing. I mean, it was just a plethora of so much different music. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. I used to work with kids, right? I used to work with teenagers, at-risk kids, at-risk youth. And I'm going to tell you something. The majority of those kids love the old school hip hop over the present day music. So maybe at the time, it might have been in the 2000s, they was liking the stuff from the 80s and 90s better. They'd be like, well, who was that? What was that song you played? What was that you played again? And I have a 7-year-old now, and she loves. I mean, now you got now. In all fairness, that's all I play. So she's kind of been she's gravitated towards it because that's all I play. But she actually likes. It's like a whole bunch of them that she likes. Slick Rick, Special Ed. She likes Public Enemy. She likes, she likes some jazz too, but there's a lot of hip hop. She loves Missy Elliott. Hey, I forgot about Missy Elliott. She loves Missy Elliott. She loves MC Lyte. There's a lot of old school rappers that she actually really likes. I'm talking about when we get in the car, can you play such and such? The Fat Boys. She likes a lot of these old hip hop groups. It's crazy, and the music was just happier, man. It was happier. You had conscious rap. I mean, there was an actual MC and a DJ. So you had, which was made for better party rap. You had your gangster rap too. I mean, a lot of gangster rap, especially on the West Coast. With NWA, Above the Law, MC8, my man Too Short. It was, Ice Cube. Ice Cube's first 3 albums I loved. America's Most Wanted is my favorite out of all of them, the ones he did. It was just, you just had it was like going to a person that loves to eat and they got a snack bar full of it was just a ton of different type of music, and it was fun. It was mostly fun. All you got to do is look at old school hip hop, and that's all I got. You'll see it, right? You'll see it. It's just fun, party, guys chasing girls, having fun with girls. Even the gangster rap. A lot of times when I used to get mad at females, I would put NWA in. I mean, you just had different type of music. It was different. It was just a big selection, man. Where now the music is just, it all sounds the same. And a lot of people won't come out and say that because they don't want to mess up their money stream, or a lot of artists, they might want to do a song with one of these new artists, so they don't want to mess that up. They don't want to start hating on the music and then they can't get any money. That's why they don't say anything. But trust and believe me, I know a lot of these dudes, they don't care for this new hip hop. You got a few out there that's nice, but 1986 to 1994 was the golden era of hip hop. The production, I think, was better. Now I will say, now in the 80s, the production was a whole lot more basic, but they still put out some nice songs. They still put out some nice beats, but it got a whole lot better in the 90s, a whole lot more advanced, you know. I do think that I say that 94 was the last year because once Biggie and Tupac had already been out. Tupac been out since the early 90s. But he got really big towards just before he got really big, like probably 93 till the time he died. I mean, he was huge when he went to jail and came back from jail. When he got out of jail, that's when he was huge. And once he died, the music just started, the hip hop started going down the tubes because it was getting too materialistic, and it was getting a little too violent too, you know, because of the East Coast West Coast thing, which really the media stirred that up, because it really shouldn't even have been a beef. It really, in my opinion, shouldn't have never been a title gangster rap, because a lot of rappers ain't gangsters. You had some that was in the streets. You had a lot that wasn't, you know. But the media piped all that up. And then that's what took away the fun out of hip hop. It just got you could see it started getting corporate. You know what I mean? It wasn't, it was starting not to be as creative. That's another thing about that era. It was way more creative. You know why? Because a lot of those labels were small. And so a lot of the hip hop artists were allowed to they were free to say what they wanted on the album. That's why you had so many conscious rappers. They was coming out saying all kinds of shit against the government. You had a lot of them too. And they had ended up shutting that down. That's why gangster rap rose. They said, oh no, we gotta make these, we gotta bring out thugs and violence and all that shit. We gotta do that. Fuck that conscious shit. We don't want these niggas waking up. And that's what it was. That's the truth. But I mean, you know, the music is gigantic anytime a lot of white people starting to like it. You know what I mean? But 86 to 94 is the greatest era. Really 88 to 92. But I'll stretch it a little more. 86 to 94, you had Kid and Play, you had Salt and Pepper, you had Rakim, you had Nas, Tribe Called Quest, NWA, Snoop, Ice Cube, Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes group, Leader of the New School. I mean, Run DMC. They were. 86 really was their last year. Really, Raising Hell album. That was it. They fell off. I mean, I know they came back again in '93, but with what's that? Down with the King, but they were done. But the golden era, because the music hip hop just got more advanced, man. KRS-One, De La Soul. I mean, you had Common Sense. He was just coming out towards the end of that golden age. I mean, the Beat Nuts. Oh man, I could just go on and on, man. It was so much music back then, man. It's crazy. Oh, EPMD, how can I forget EPMD? EPMD just came out in '88, and they was another one, man. You know, I mean, it was just, I mean, Redman came out in that time. Wu-Tang, Method Man. I said Tribe Called Quest, the Jungle Brothers. I mean, oh my God, it was just so many. Heavy D and the Boys. The New Jack Swing was kicking around in like '88 to '92. I mean, come on, man. It's just, that's like a Hall of Fame of rappers, man. You had Stetson Sonic. Oh my God. I mean, it's just, you could just go on and on and on. Big Daddy Kane, MC Lyte, Biz Markie. My man, what's my man? Mobb Deep. But what's the boy? The one that they would say was almost better than Big Daddy Kane. Cool G Rap. I mean, these are Hall of Fame rappers. This is like the Hall of Fame. It's so many. And it was just a variety of music. The radio station, it was great to listen to the radio stations back then, because it was just, I mean, you just had so many, man. LL Cool J. I mean, come on, man. This is just nothing. Everybody I name is a Hall of Fame rapper. Is a Hall of Fame group. All of them. Everybody I just named. Public Enemy. I don't know if I said Public Enemy. I might have said Public Enemy. Public Enemy. I mean, come on, man. That's the greatest that's the greatest era. And really, I'm going to say 88 to 90 to 92, but I stretched it a little bit from 86 to 94. You know, you just had it's just too many people. You had Dana Dane, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh was kind of, he might have been ending his reign around 86, actually. But I know he still was making music. He was still a little here and there. Slick Rick came out in 80. Well, Slick Rick came out with Dougie Fresh in 85, but his Monster album came out in 88. And I mean, it was just too many, it's just too many styles of music, man. That was the greatest era in hip hop, bar none. You know what I mean? Every time a song came on the radio, it was the shit. You know? You can go to the club, every song played back then was the shit. It was rarely any corny songs. Like now, it's just, all that shit sound the same. It's all the same shit. It's just different rappers rapping over it. The beats are similar. I don't know why anybody would say anything about some production to today's rap music, because it all sounds the same. Where back then, it didn't all sound the same, man. You know what I mean? You had too many different styles and everything. In production, and rap style. You know what I mean? You could just tell, sometimes you could tell, like, soon as the beat come on, within the first 10 to 15 seconds, you already knew who it was. You know, you had Premier, you had Gangstar, you had Nice and Smooth. You know what I mean? You had I'm trying to think of some more groups. I said Mobb Deep. I mean, you had Ultramagnetic. It's one of my favorite groups of all time. Ultramagnetic MCs. Oh my goodness. It's just too many to mention. Brand Nubian. One of my all-time favorite. I mean, you had from Philly, you had Fresh Prince, Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. You had 3 Times Dope. You had Steady B, Cool C. I remember the man we all love, Kwame. Kwame wasn't from Philly, but he was down with a lot of Philly rappers. I mean, come on, man. It was just too much of a variety, man. It was just way too much. You had Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah, Moni Love. Like, come on, man. Come on. And I think 1988 was the greatest year. 1988, that was it was just too, if you had a room and you threw all the great rappers from 88, the room would overflow, man. It was, 88 was like, that was a year, man. It was a whole slew of rappers, and I named most of them already. You know, I mean, NWA came out in 88. You had Conscious Rap coming out in 88. You had like YZ, Public Enemy, KRS-One. You had I said Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper. You had MC Light. I mean, X-Clan. X-Clan came out really like around 90. Sissy. You know what I mean? It's just, that's the greatest time in hip hop, man. It wasn't no corporate crap going on. It wasn't corporate then. That's why the music was so much better. It wasn't compromised. It wasn't, we got to cross over and all this nonsense. And you have 1,000,001 people on one album. It was none of that. You know what I mean? You had guest appearances here and there, yeah, but the music was pure. It was pure hip hop, straight from the street, or straight street reporting. You know what I mean? That's why it was great. You know, and that's a fact. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I mean? Look forward to every time. I always wanted to go to the record store to see what was new coming out. Couldn't wait for new shit to come out. You know what I mean? It ain't like that no more. You know? And what they need to do is just do some underground shit. And I think all the old rappers need to come back out. All the old rappers come back out, put out new shit. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be putting no 20 songs on an album. Just put like maybe 7. Just come out with some new shit, bring some of that old school flavor back, and ease them beats that's out now, ease that shit the fuck out of here. Get rid of that shit. I'm tired of them auto-tune, all that bullshit. I'm tired of that. You know what I mean? Or maybe do like, you have some old school, maybe do some music with J. Cole, or some of these newer conscious rappers, something like that, you know. But anyway, let me know what you think. Comment below, share. Share. Like. This is Tony's Hip Hop School. Peace.